Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report. And coming up on today's show, we're going to be looking at the Raiders' playoff chances after their big win, obviously, against the Los Angeles Chargers, but also after all the games that went down on Sunday, leading into Sunday Night Football against the Ravens and the Jaguars. So as it stands right now, here is the Raiders' remaining schedule. You have Week 16 going up against the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas, which is a game that you have to win. Also, shout out to Marine Layer for sponsoring today's show. You can go to marinelayer.com/chatsports for $15 off your entire order. Huge shout out to them. That's why I'm rocking this shirt right now. So you got the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-5. You got the Colts at 8-6. The Denver Broncos at 7-7. If the Raiders win out, okay? If the Raiders beat Kansas City, they beat Indianapolis, they beat the Denver Broncos, they have a 57% chance of making the playoffs. Like, let's be real, today was not a good day for the Raiders in terms of their ability to make the playoffs or not. However, when I think of what do I want in a brand new head coach next season, I want a head coach that, yes, has his team prepared. And the Raiders right now are 3-3 underneath Antonio Pierce. But the team that you need to beat, right? Beating the Chargers, putting up 63, it's great and all. Beating Indianapolis, cool. Beating Denver, awesome. This is the team, though, right here. On Christmas Day, you need to take care of business against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you do, I do think it opens up to this question right here. If the Raiders beat KC, should the Las Vegas Raiders then keep Antonio Pierce as head coach? Type Y for yes, or you could type your N for no. My original answer, and I do think the only way that you can keep AP as your head coach is if either A, you make the playoffs, B, your team makes significant strides in them getting better without McDaniels, or you beat Kansas City. If the Raiders beat Kansas City, but you lose to the Colts, you lose to the Broncos, I might still be able to carry that argument of, you know what? I want a head coach that can compete with Andy Reid. I want a team that can go up and can compete with Kansas City. This game coming up here is the biggest game of Antonio Pierce's career. It's the biggest game of Aiden O'Connell's career. It's the biggest game for the Raiders this season because if they keep winning, their playoff chances remain alive. And I know the Raiders last week, entering Thursday, had the number 6 overall pick. As it stands right now that I am making this video, if the NFL draft were to happen today, they'd have the number 12 pick. Like, you can still trade up. You can still go up and try to potentially get your franchise QB. I don't think you're getting a Drake May. I don't think you're getting a Caleb Williams at number 12. But you might be able to get a guy like Jaden Daniels, which I do think would be a much better option than a guy like Aiden O'Connell. Coming up next here on the Raiders Report, we're going to be looking at the NFL playoff picture. I mean, that's the reason why y'all tune into this video, right? You probably are wondering where the Raiders are at, where the other NFL teams are at after the Buffalo Bills just whooped on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll show you the NFL playoff picture, but first, I do got to tell you about our sponsor today, Marine Layer. And you're probably wondering, Mitch, you don't got a jersey on backwards. You're right. There's actually sometimes I try to look like a halfway decent human being, and Marine Layer has really upped my wardrobe. So shout out to them for sponsoring today's show, and it's official, man. I have found the softest t-shirt mankind has ever made, and the shirt that I have on is the one that is pictured up on screen right now. And I love this brand because Alex is obsessed with them, but Marine Layer is also my go-to brand for great fitting and stylish closet staples. They're also based out of California. Marine Layer clothes are the perfect mix of laid-back style that also looks and feels premium. Personally, I recommend all of y'all going to marinelayer.com/chatsports, saving your closet one shirt out of a time. That's what Marine Layer is trying to do. So again, that's 15% off your entire order at marinelayer.com/chatsports. And the shirt that I'm wearing right now is actually the Conrad sweater polo in oatmeal blue stripe. Alex loves these type of outfits, and for me, man, especially like when I live down here in Dallas, Texas, like it's hot a lot of the times. This shirt is good in the winter. This shirt is good in the spring. It's good in the fall. It's good in the summertime. I think Marine Layer is really changing my wardrobe. And if you want the shirt that I have on, again, it is called the Conrad Sweater Polo an oatmeal blue stripe. I try to wear a lot of blue. My eyes are blue. It matches. It gets Alex going. Go to MarineLayer.com/chatsports. That link's going to be available to you all down in the comments and down in the description of today's show. I see David Bowers says, I don't know if I can rock that shirt. Honestly, David, a shirt that I have on right now, I would say there's only certain people that can wear it. Maybe there's only certain people that could rock it. Coming back from a Patriots fan, you're probably right. You wouldn't be able to rock this. I'll tell you this, though. Every time I rock this shirt, Alex is obsessed with it. And that's probably the best staple I could give. Anytime when I talk about Marine Trace, I always say, like, I wish Alex could come up here on this show and be like, she could give you the read for it because she'll do it way better than I ever could. All right, man, coming up next here on the show is this. We're going to be looking at the NFL playoff picture here, and when you look at the playoff picture, a lot of stuff happened today, and a lot of games did not go the Raiders' way because I'd say right before the ending of all the early noon games, I was like, dude, today was a great game for the Raiders. It turned bad really, really quick. So we have not seen Sunday Night Football yet with the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And for the Raider fans out there that are wondering, well, what team should I be rooting for? Actually, the team that you should be rooting for in this game is the Ravens, just because you're not going to catch them. Maybe the Jags lose every game from here on out and they go 8-9, and maybe the Texans win one extra one, they squeak in. So you want to be rooting for the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. In terms of the other games, the Browns came back. They were down 10 points against the Bears, got a dub. The Bengals, they won on Saturday. The Texans won in overtime in a very, very ugly football game. The Texans are at 7. The team that is at 8 is actually the Colts. They're at 8-6. I know it says HOU in the hunt. It's actually IND for in the hunt. And then Buffalo, after their win, they're also 8-6. Pittsburgh and Denver both at 7-7. The Las Vegas Raiders are sitting currently at 6-8. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably wondering, Mitch, can the Raiders even make the playoffs? Yes, the Las Vegas Raiders can still make the playoffs. If you win your next 3 games, Chiefs, Colts, Broncos, all these teams are in the AFC playoff picture. All these teams are battling for a spot, and because of the tiebreakers and whatnot, if the Raiders win their next 3 games, there is an opportunity for them to get in. Sure, you might need a little bit of help here and there just because the way today is gone, but I do think that the Raiders, if they take care of business, I do think they end up getting in. If you want Raiders videos every single day, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't get to 157,000 subscribers without having an amazing fan base and an amazing audience. Like, shout out to tonight's MVP, Justin Avgin. Dude was absolutely balling out tonight. So, Avgin, I see you. I appreciate you. We also gave away a Raiders jersey. We're going to be doing 50-50 raffles. We're going to be doing draft content, free agency content, videos, literally every day for the past 4 years. On top of that, I'm going to be live on Christmas. Alex is a little bit upset. I might have to wear this shirt on extra day. We're going to be live on Christmas Day. I'm going to be live on New Year's. I got a commitment to excellence, and if you want to join our shows, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on those notifications. In terms of some other games that are really important for this upcoming week, because it is Week 16, luckily for the Raiders, there's a handful of games that I want you guys to pay attention to, and one of the games that I do not have on here that's featured is let me look it up real quick here. We're doing this on the fly. So one of the games that is really important for the Raiders that I didn't make a graphic for because I thought the Falcons were going to beat the Panthers was the Colts and Falcons game. We also need the Falcons to win that game, so that way Indy drops down to 8-7. But the Bengals at Steelers, both of those teams right now are in the hunt. One of those teams is going to have to lose. Bills at Chargers. We're going to have to root for the Chargers. However, how does that team respond after they fired Staley? Hell, the Bills in the game that they had against the Cowboys tonight, do they have a little bit of a fallback from grace? Browns at Texans. That's going to be a game somebody has to lose, and honestly, we probably want the Browns to win that one. And then Patriots at Broncos. Can the Patriots get a dub against the Denver Broncos? No matter what, we're going to be live every week. I'm going to be live the next time tomorrow. I'm going to be live on Tuesday. And then I'm going to be live on Thursday where we're actually going to do a little bit of a super chat battle. Raiders against Saints. I mean, hey, it's Derek Carr. Thursday Night Football. We appreciate all of y'all for tuning into the Raiders Report. As it stands right now, yes, the Raiders on the outside looking in. They have the number 12 overall pick in the NFL draft. But, hey, if your slogan is just win, baby, commitment to excellence, as far as I'm concerned, you got to keep trying to win football games. And if Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly want to be back, Christmas Day against the Chiefs is the way that you get that ball rolling. Appreciate all y'all that tuned in to today's show. And if you want the Raiders to make the playoffs and you made it this far in the video, spam RO4L down below.